Good morning, Virgo. It is your season. Welcome to Virgo season. We have a new moon coming up on the 30th, a Virgo new moon. We'll talk about that. But first, let me just say, Virgos, thank you so much for showing up last week and really enjoying the videos. I love your comments. Please do keep commenting. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries. If this is your first time finding my channel, my name is Michelle. And this is my channel, really created so that I could talk to people and have insightful, interesting, and intelligent conversations with people, as well as build a community to help people. So here we are, we're trudging away. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do click subscribe and ring that bell if you want to know when I go live. You'll get all kinds of content every single week, but especially if you want to know when I go live, which I try to do between 4 and 5 times a week. That's the only way to know it. So just make sure you click that bell. Virgo, this is your week ahead reading for, I believe it's August 25th. Come on. Gotta check my computer calendar because that's how. August 25th through the 31st. So this is the final week of August. This is the first full week in your season. And it, like I said, it includes that full moon on Friday. That new moon on Friday. Why is this important? First of all, it's your new moon, okay? So that means that it's going to be perfectly in tune with your natural inclinations of making sure things are done precisely, making sure things are done on time. Being articulate will go a long way with this new moon in terms of manifesting what you want, making there be absolutely no miscommunication. Mercury is your ruling sign. No miscommunication as to what you are manifesting and welcoming into your life. A couple of manifestation tips that I have recommended on my live yesterday are: one, always, every new moon, is to surround yourself in a circle of light. I always sage out the house prior. And I sit in the circle of light, and I focus over a piece of paper, and I write on this piece of paper what I want to manifest and welcome into my life. But you write it as if you already have it, as in thank you for, or I am loving this new, or all these, as if you already have it filled with gratitude for the abundance it's brought to your life. You take that piece of paper and you bury it in your garden, somewhere outside, and you, like it's a seed you're planting, which is perfect for Virgo because you are the plant, you are the cultivator of the zodiac. That's what you do. You plant your hard work and your studious and your studious attention and precision toward that hard work is your contribution toward the community and reaping the harvest and making sure that everything works and everybody is fed. So go outside and plant this seed of intention, your intentions. Plant it as if it were a seed that you're planting for the future, and you will be manifesting with the moon, and see how rapidly things start to come into your life when you use the moon and what's going on in the cosmos to manifest with. Now, another very powerful type of manifestation is manifesting with water. Both of these links were in my live yesterday. Manifesting with water is simply this: writing on one cup that you filled with water, on one cup what you have now, where you are in life now, and filling that with water, or filling that with water. And then on another glass or cup, writing what you welcome into your life and where you want to be. And what you do is you speak gratitude and thanks for all those things in your life that you wish to be done with. And then as you pour the water into the other glass, you focus on manifesting, this is what I welcome in, this is what I welcome in, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And you take the water from that glass and you drink the water. You have to drink it all in one gulp. You can just drink it as a part of your ceremony. And when you are finished, give thanks and have faith that those new things are now a part of your very DNA. The cells in your body are now receiving that water. Water has memory. And when you speak into the water, you infuse those words into the water. You infuse that energy into the water, and now you're literally incorporating it into your body. So those are my suggestions for manifesting on this Virgo super new moon. So if we were looking at it from a full perspective, it would be huge and gorgeous. And it is still, it's just not lighted, which means it's opening up an even bigger platform for us to basically score our goals. Like basically a bigger space for the abundance to come through. So please do get your manifestation on, Virgo, because like I said, you especially will know how to speak to this super new moon, and do not waste this opportunity. Happy Virgo season as we move toward the end of the summer. I hope that you guys had a great summer. I know that it was a little bit wonky for all of us, to be honest with you. I hope that you can still enjoy some beach days, because the truth is, at least in the northern hemisphere, where I live near New York City, the water is warmer now than it is in June, right? Like everybody's all like on the 4th of July, but now it's all beautiful and wonderful, unless you live in some place where it's always warm, and then good on you, man. Amen. Lucky you. But enjoy these last days of summer, because they are still summer. And they're there for us to enjoy. Virgo is that season where we celebrate Labor Day, we go back to school, we go back to college, we go back to work, and we get back into our schedule of being fortuitous, like being profitable, being industrious, and making things happen, making things work. But we also get closer to holiday season, and Virgo is a sign of home and hearth. And I know that you guys dig your holidays and dig your family. So that's something to look forward to. Oh, okay. Let's see. We start Dragonfly Spirit. This is a celebration of what we're becoming. This is a celebration of you have a new chance recently in your life. You got a new start recently in your life. Now, it could be that it wasn't a new start. It could be just an emotional restart. But it was a new chance. Something new recently in your life happened. And honestly, I feel like you're very happy about it. There was something very hard and difficult that you had to let go of. Whether that was going back to work after having a child, starting a new relationship after a really hard breakup. This is what I'm talking about. This is the cycle and process. As you head into your season, you are feeling new. You are feeling like a new version of you. And when we become a new version of ourselves, it's not like we give up who we were, because who we were has taught us the lessons that have transformed us into who we are. So we walk into this future with our head held high, confident in the fact that we're not ever going to turn back, because we don't want to go back. Confident in the fact that the pain is behind you, Virgo. And you are flying toward a beautiful, beautiful season of newness and freshness and new experiences. Slow and steady wins the race, so don't rush it. Honestly, I think this is more about going with the flow and swimming in the ocean of the abundance that is now around you. Just allow it to be fluent and don't, why don't rush this? Because you want to enjoy it. Enjoy everything new, especially after we're over 30. How many new things do we actually get to experience when we are adults? This is that childlike opportunity of, and I said this way back when I started doing videos, I talked about it in Leo season. We were going to get a chance to be kids again. We were going to get a chance. There was going to be a freshness and a newness in life or in relationships that reminded us of what we had before we were jaded. Before life came around and disappointed us in many ways and we started being cynical. This was a new freshness. So I want you to enjoy this, Virgo. It's coming through really strong with you. And so I feel like it's also a reminder of the mindset that you should be in as you manifest, because you want the openness. It's hard for you sometimes to have that openness. I get it, because it's hard for you. It's hard for you to trust. Your wall is a wall of dotted I's and crossed T's, and is this organized the way that I want? That's your wall. That's your wall of defense. And I get it. But this is talking about just going with the flow and enjoying yourself as if you were a child riding a wave. Trust in the great mystery. Okay. So something happened recently. I think this is a deep dive into something very emotionally fulfilling. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and say that, oh, absolutely, it's a relationship. It could be a relationship, but it could be many different kinds of relationships, right? It could be a relationship with a new work, new job, new career. It could be a relationship with a new child. It could be a renewed relationship with your old spouse. It could be that lots of different patterns in your life, lots of different cycles, like karmic cycles in your life, have closed out. They've finished. It's almost like adulthood has hit, right? For one reason or another. And now you're actually refreshed by this deep dive into this new time in your life. You're in some ways very confident of it, because I think emotionally something had gone on. There's a lot that had gone on for you that wore you down, that made you really hurt, bottom line. But this is not hurtful water. This is that refreshing bath after a long workout that made you sweat hard and ache a lot. So this is that refreshing dive into that Caribbean water where you can just, where the waves aren't too high and maybe it's not too deep, and you can just really, really love where you are at this time in your life. This is definitely your season, okay? You are the leader now. And what can we learn from Virgos? What are the messages that we can receive? And how is it that you can place yourself in the forefront of leading people? Well, you're master communicators. So if you do anything, get online, get out there, share your voice with people. A lot of times you're really great educators because you know how to communicate in a style, almost in a curriculum way, like creating a curriculum to get people from point A to point B. It's what you're very, very good at. So take any opportunity you have to be a teacher, because this is part of Spirit's plan. Everything that has happened to you in the recent months. And I know it's like, don't blame God for the bad stuff. I'm not, and that's 100% not what I mean, but it is happening for a reason. And it was put in your life to guide you onto a higher purpose, a deeper understanding. I think there's also a look on this card that says, you know, you're going to catch somebody else out on their shit. And if you haven't already, you will be calling somebody out on their shit, and they will not, because you are so good at calling people out on this shit, and you are so good at memorizing all the details that you can then rapid fire spit at them. There's no way that they're going to win. You are literally going to call them out on their shit, and in doing so, clear the path for your message. You know, a message of responsibility, a message of treating people well, a message of just being a goddamn grown-up. Really, that's what it is. But I really see you calling somebody out on their shit, almost assuming the role of Spirit and calling people out on their shit. Now, this could be politically, it could be socially, it could be personally. This is a general reading. By the way, down below there is a link to a Vimeo video. That is the extended version of this video where I dive into romance and love specific content and issues, challenges, or messages, as well as I use tarot to clarify this message. So if you want a deeper dive, please do click the link below after this video and head on over to Vimeo. As far as what we have here, I'm not done. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, I think that you are very in tune with a higher purpose this month. It's like as soon as we entered Virgo season, you started receiving messages. Maybe you even started dreaming a lot. And that was dreams that were clarifying and helping break through these emotional bubbles that sometimes you put around yourself. As a Virgo, you're extremely intuitive. You, I would say, outside of water signs, are probably the most intuitive sign. And I feel like you, lots of times, however, you're not as open and fluent with emotions as a water sign, so you section it off, and that's what you're really good at, right? You're good at segmenting things off and dealing with them when you're ready or if you're never ready, right? So what ends up happening is, you know, emotionally the tides that are turning or what's happening, but you don't like to face it. You do not, you like to like file it away and forget about it. So Virgo, this month, this week especially, you are being encouraged to have bigger balls than that and really admit and know the truth about a situation and circumstance, even if it is disappointing for you, because it's up to you to set the vision, to set the vision for everybody else on how to work through whatever issues arise. And I honestly don't think they're going to be, if there are issues that affect you, they're not going to affect you like the horrible shit that you went through over the past couple of months. In fact, I think in a lot of ways that's made you stronger, and in comparison, like nothing can, you're bulletproof. But this is definitely the time for you to use your mind to direct the flow of how people handle all of this. People are listening to you this month, and they should, because you actually give great advice. You actually give very wise advice. And I think you're getting an opportunity you're being called to be a leader. That this could mean, in terms of a job, this could mean that you have been singled out as singularly productive and necessary. And so you're being given more responsibilities, or you're being, not just responsibilities, but more what is it called? It's not just responsibilities. It's I don't want to say power. It's almost a promotion of some sort. This will be a month for you to actually let your diva out. Let yourself shine. Don't be afraid of dressing up a little bit. Don't be afraid of, in fact, embrace it. Embrace, like you're stepping out on a red carpet, and let those cameras go off and let those cameras look at you. Steal the show. Don't be afraid of stealing the show. I think a lot of times Virgos run from the camera. I know that sounds really weird. We have so many great celebrities, musicians especially, that are Virgos. But I think you're not necessarily the first person to throw yourself in front of the camera, but let it shine on you, because it definitely wants to. Okay. This is definitely a season of abundance for you. So there's a lot of abundance flowing in your way. And I do believe that it is abundance that you worked hard on. It's not abundance that's just random coming your way. Or if it wasn't your work, exactly your work, it's things that were initially harder than they should have been. Issues and conflicts that were more difficult than they needed to be. But you dealt with it. I feel like there could have been a Pisces in your life that there was a lot of emotional stress surrounding, or this emotional stress was just in and of itself something that you had to sort of nurture and care for. I felt like you were up against a lot of shit. And this week it clears through. It's like with an issue, with an emotional issue, you've hit an impasse. Like, this is going to be the one thing this week that will, let's put it this way, it will take your patience to handle. Because you have hit an impasse this week about something that you care about a great deal, about something that makes you very, very emotional. And it feels like you're just coming up against a wall. So the way to get through that wall is to be as fluent and water-like as possible, because water can basically slip around anything. So that's going to require a lot of faith from you, Virgo. It's going to require, this is a situation and a circumstance that the bear spirit shows up because bear is a teacher. He's a shamanic teacher. And he's almost an insurpassable challenger, right? To take on a bear is a formidable task. And a bear, if you've ever seen, especially like those big grizzly bears, like stand on their hind legs, it's almost like they become this wall of flesh. They're huge. It's hard to get around them. The only way to get around them is through peace and tranquility and stillness. In other words, faith. There is a situation that's going to arise this week that's going to seem insurmountable. It's going to hit you right at your emotional core, and it is going to require faith to get around. And I'm telling you right now, if you can calm yourself and release your need to control, that's the message here. Trust in a higher power, in the higher spirit. Even if it seems like, why the fuck is God testing me again? This is not something, this is a teachable moment for you. And this is not something designed to be insurmountable, but it is meant to be a challenge. And it is meant to be a challenge to bring you closer to the understanding of what you are asked to become, which is a leader. It's a leader. You know, it's a guide on this path. And don't worry, because soon after, you'll be seeing the benefits come in. There will be this beautiful, almost recycling almost recycled energy that will come through for you. And it will be unexpected. It will be, in other words, an opportunity or resources from a place where you thought those resources had been exhausted, from a place where you thought those resources had died. You will find there the resources and solution to your problems, especially if this is money, finance, but definitely emotion. Like you it's like coming back around to something that fills you emotionally, but you thought was gone for good. It could be an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time. It could be a message from an old lover if you're in a relationship now. It could be a message from an old lover that it's not a rekindling of your relationship. It's something that reminds you of your sensuality and your beauty. And because maybe you've gotten a little bit lost in your current relationship, you've forgotten about it. But this is a message or a run-in with somebody from the past, or something from the past, some energy source from the past that you thought was gone for good. Maybe you even forgot about it, and it comes back in to save the day and help you replenish after you stood up to this challenge and like faced your bear this week. All in all, this is a very spiritual week. This is a very powerful week for you. Powerful. And this conflict is not going to be something that flattens you. It will be something that is emotionally close to your heart. I feel like it concerns family. And family issues for you are very personal. You take them very seriously and you get very defensive around them. So the bear could actually be you. That's another scenario that is a possibility. The bear could actually be you, once again calling people out on their shit and making damn sure that the resources that you need and your family need are there for you and given to you. So the message here is, don't be afraid to pull out your badass this week, Virgo. It's actually expected of you. All right, so if you want to join me for the Vimeo video, please head on over. If not, Virgo, happy Virgo season. Please do manifest. This is your super new moon. Allow it to usher in the abundance that you absolutely deserve. Welcome to Virgo season. Maybe I'll see you over on Vimeo. Maybe I'll just see you next week. Bye, guys.